welcome to Butterflies with you guys. And I will tell you, because I just told Michael that I am a little sidetracked because I am earning my degree as quickly as I can here. And so if you hear me and say, Wynn sounds a little sidetracked, that's why. And I'm completely being honest with you guys because right now my brain is having scheduling difficulties and trying to do a podcast and trying to learn a journalism degree at the same time isn't for the week, but I'm doing it. And so without further ado, I'm going to let my guest, Michael, take it away.
Awesome. So glad to be here with you today, Wynn, and your audience. And it's going to be a fantastic, fun 30 minutes. I can promise you that. Whatever we talk about will be great, right? So,
well, whatever we talk about will be great.
That's right. And we'll give your brain a little rest from the editing or the writing side, right? We can talk about something.
Yes. And the side. Yes. My brain needs a little bit of a break right now. So please explain to my audience what you do and how you can help all of us.
Yeah, so I am a business consultant, a business coach is what normally I get bunched into. And my focus is on service-based businesses that want to, number one, add an online component to their business. So maybe they are a brick and mortar and they want to grow online, or maybe they are a life coach or a health doctor or something like that, and they want to grow online. So that's one of my focuses. I teach a lot about social media, webinars, just everything that we do online in our world to market, the things I use in my business to have grown my business so far so fast. Is what I work with my clients on. And then the second thing that people come to me for is I have people that come to me that have a business that they want to sell in the next 3 to 5 years. I've sold 2 businesses in my life. I sold my trucking company and my grocery store. And so, they come to me because I have that expertise. So today we're going to talk more about the online marketing side of things.
Yes, we are.
That's what I focus on.
And people say to me all the time, how do you market yourself so well with all you do, with your books, with everything else? And I say, it's my podcast that helps me market my books. And I think Michelle would agree with me that our podcast is the best return on investment that there is since sliced bread.
I agree 100%. 100%. There are, it has become that quick way of getting information that it's so mobile, right? The great thing about what you do, Wynn, is that anyone can listen to this at any time. They can be walking the track and listen to this podcast. Yeah. And so I think podcasts are
they can
powerful.
be doing the dishes. They can just and zone out while they're doing the dishes and basically pick up their business and learn something. Because even though I love the University of YouTube, which the Academy of Arts uses, they have a YouTube channel. You can't download the audio off a YouTube channel. So that's why I literally stopped doing YouTube, because one of my fans literally came up with me, who is a fashion stylist now based out of California. And this was a long time ago. Laura Madden said to me, I want to listen to your show, but I can't do it while I'm washing the dishes. I can't do it while I'm walking the dog. I can't do it while I'm doing everything else. I need to sit down and listen to your show.
Yeah. Well, that's a great point. So, we do want it to be as mobile as possible.
Yes, we do want it to be as mobile as possible. So when a person comes to you and they say, I have no idea what I'm doing, I'm so used to being in brick and mortar spaces, not even funny. Where do you start? Especially if they're disabled, so they kind of know technology, but really not new technology.
Yeah. So, my part of starting, and you tell me if this is the place you want me to start or if you want me to talk about something a little different, but I start everyone by making sure that they are very clear on what it is that they want to do, right? And, whether that is whatever piece of technology that is, that's awesome, and that's the second piece. My first piece is who's the audience and what do they want already that you've got that you can deliver to them. And so, what you do when you're very clear who your audience is and you deliver a product that gives them exactly the information they're looking for. And so a lot of times my clients show up and they're just not sure. They don't know who the audience is for sure. They don't know exactly what they're looking for. And I teach all of my clients that it's so very important for us to give people what they already are looking for instead of what we think they need. Okay?
We're not reinventing the wheel here.
That's right. Don't reinvent the wheel. That's it. And so then I hear people say, but I see 1,000 people doing that already. I don't care. They're not you. You're going to do it in your way.
They're not you. They're not you. Right. Each podcast is different. Each way we do online marketing is different. And so you can be you. I made my name, brand, associated with cerebral palsy. I'm a big advocate for cerebral palsy, as you guys know. And what cerebral palsy is a lack of oxygen at birth injury. And I started my company actually when I was 17 almost. And then I came up with the idea when I was 17. Most people don't know that. But I started the company flat on my back in a hospital bed, and then I really started the company when I was 18, and that was my original company, Aspen Basalt. And yes, my artwork is still hanging around online, but I really got into book writing when I was 23. So I'm using cerebral palsy and social media to my advantage, which a lot of people, when they do social media, they don't know that why. So what we want you guys to do today, and this is your call to action, is take a piece of paper, put music on, and write down my why is, my I believe in, my why is, this is who I want to serve.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right.
So when you go to Michael, you can go with a clear picture, because even though Michael's a job coach, so to speak, job coaches even for the disabled, I'm meeting with mine today after we record this interview, job coaches don't have all the time in the hours to spend one-on-one with these clients. They might have 20 clients a day or 10 clients a day. So if you walk in clear with your why, disabled or not, that's going to help you fast-track your business.
Exactly. That's exactly right. And I would say, when you're doing that, when you're writing all of that down, don't judge anything. Just write everything that comes to mind. And then when you step back and look at it, then you'll see if there's some conflict within you trying to figure out what that is, right? That's a great step, a great piece of information to bring to a business coach, because then, I can take that and from the other side, because you will be writing it from an emotional connected side. It's what you want to do. So you have an emotion connected to it. Whereas I won't. I get to do it from the non-emotional side and say, okay, so that's what they're looking for and that's not what they're looking for, right? So that's why you do want to take that information to someone who is a business coach or business consultant and have them help you make it easy to get in front of your audience. So, and I'm going to give you guys an example of what I'm talking about, and that is that, as a business coach, I prefer to work with people on how to make more money and revenue streams and, their online email campaigns and things like that. And so when I first started this company, and I had hired a coach, and he said, okay, great, Michele. So you are a business coach, and there are about 18,000 others just like you out there. What makes you different? And besides the fact that I was me, I wasn't real sure what the answer was in the beginning. But what I learned quickly was that I had a very natural ability to see the strategy behind social media. It worked very well. And so when I would go out and have a conversation on social media about general business stuff, it was okay. People paid a little bit of attention. But when I would go out and talk about how to do something on social media, everybody and their brother would pay attention. So then it dawned on me, and it took about a year, but after about a year, it dawned on me what they really wanted was social media. I was trying to go to them from all these other sides, but what they wanted was social media. So I changed all of my conversations to social media, and boom, my business just exploded. I did 6 figures my second year. I was doing $500,000 a year by my 4th year, and that happened because I figured out what my audience wanted. And then they would come to me about a conversation for social media, and I would say, okay, this is great, and this is how we can drive traffic from social media, but you don't have your freebie set up. You don't have your email campaign. You won't be building your list. You don't have a product page on your website. Those things have to be done before social media is valuable, right? So it was kind of what I call my doorway. Social media is my doorway of getting to people who need me for bigger things. So does that make sense, Wynn?
Yes. And cerebral palsy, I just figured out today, thank you very much, cerebral palsy is my doorway for people that need a little bit of help. And I'm sorry to use my French here, but a little bit of a kick in the ass to achieve their dreams.
I agree.
So
it's unique.
And so what would be the best place to start on social media after you build the email list, after you build the freebies?
I love it. You're paying attention. This is awesome because this is my favorite conversation. And a couple of things to say to you about social media, first of all. And that is that I am not a believer in spending all day on social media. I am a person that spends about 30 minutes a day on every single platform. Literally, if I'm on social media 30 minutes, it's a shock. So I get in, I do what I'm supposed to do, and then I get out because I have other things to do, right? There's tons of things to do running a business. And so what I've done is I've kind of narrowed down the important pieces and what needed to be done and what needs to be done on a daily basis. And I can just kind of give you guys that fairly quickly. It's really pretty easy. Number one, getting started was your question. And when you're getting started, the first thing you have to do is figure out where your audience plays. So are they Facebook people? More than likely they are, okay, because Facebook has pretty much taken over the world, right? So more than likely they're on Facebook, but not necessarily. I have met some people whose audiences weren't necessarily on Facebook. Are they business-minded? Are they on LinkedIn, right? Are they using Twitter? Are they using Instagram? Are they Snapchatters? Where are they in the social media world? So we want to learn that first, and then once we know that, then we go in and obviously we want to set up our profiles in all of those spaces. I do want to say to you, if there's a space in a profile, fill it. That's my answer. People say, well, what do I put in my profile? If there's a space for you to put something, you figure out what goes in there, right? And don't overthink it. That's probably one of the biggest problems I see is people overthinking it. Don't overthink it. Just get in there and give it information. And be consistent across all of your platforms as much as you possibly can. If you call yourself a business consultant on one platform, call yourself that all the way across. Use the same URL all the way across. Use the same email address, right? Just be consistent so that people easily see that it's you. So once you have those set up, then on a daily basis, it becomes super simple. So what I do each day is I go in, the very first thing I do is we'll use Facebook as an example, because once you do it on Facebook, you can go do it on any of the others. But I go to Facebook and I click on the little, at the top, the little head-looking thing where, people are asking you to be their friends. So that's the first thing I do. It's the first thing I do every day is connect with someone new. My goal is to connect with 5 people, okay? Now, because my audience is as big as it is now, I get, 5 to 10 friend requests every day. But I want you to know that that wasn't the case in the beginning. And if your audience isn't big, you may not be having that yet either. So it is your responsibility to go out and find some people to connect with. So just a real quick advice on that. It's kind of easy, actually, guys. If you met someone at a networking event the day before, yay, connect with them on Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter, right? If you're in a Facebook group and you see someone that's commenting on things, so they're active and they look like, you look at their profile, they look like they might be a potential client or a potential colleague maybe that can promote you, connect, send them a friend request and tell them why. Tell them you're interested in what they're up to, right? So what you need to hear is that in the beginning, it is your responsibility to go find 5 people a day to connect with. When you connect with 5 on on Facebook, then go find them on LinkedIn and connect with them there too. And go find them on whatever other platforms you're using. So that's number one.
And I was just going to fill this in. Get a professional headshot or take a photo of yourself with the iPhone. iPhones are pretty phenomenal now. I'm actually today using an iPhone for my homework assignment. And I'm not dragging out my digital camera. I'm using what I have in my hands at my disposal. So, get a professional headshot. I have a friend who is a professional photographer on the side of his day job. And he came to my book signing and took pictures of me, and that's my professional headshot of me holding my book, and that's what I use in my press kit, and that's what I use in my all my social media actually. And so get a friend with a nice camera and just say, take a picture of me, or get a friend with good photography skills to use your iPhone and just say, take a picture of me.
That's right. There you go. That's great advice, because we want to be seen as the professional that we are, right? So
no
be real careful. Yeah, exactly.
No cats. And no animals.
No dogs.
I love animals, but when it comes to business, no, that doesn't work. And so you're saying, no, great. Wynn is telling me to go get a professional headshot. Yes, Wynn is, but Michael is too, because we believe in business, not cats and not animals. And so that's my 2 cents on that.
Okay, good. And, I'm just 100% in agreement with you. It is, we want to see your face facing the camera, smiling. I want kindness. I want to look at you and go, wow, I just want to get to know them better, right? So, very good. Great point, too. The second thing that I do whenever I get to social media, now that I've just connected with new people, I go to Messenger on Facebook, and then on the others, it's just go look at the message part. I go to Messenger and see if anyone sent me any messages that I need to respond to that day, okay? Doesn't take me but a few minutes to do that. The third thing I do is I click on the little globe-looking thing at the top on the left, which is your notifications. And so when you open your notifications, what I do is I scroll through looking for some very specific words, and these words are always bolded. And that is, I'm looking for where people have commented on anything that I've posted, or they have shared anything that I posted. I'm looking for anyone who's liked something, who's mentioned me. So what I'm doing is I scroll through actually looking for those words: commented, connected, mentioned, liked. I scroll just looking for those words. And so because I see so much other stuff, right, in my news feed, that helps me to really narrow down what I'm going to look at. You do not need to look at everything that shows up in your news feed. You just don't.
You don't.
If it's right, if it is pertinent to what you're doing at the moment, then great. But you absolutely don't. So that takes me, maybe a minute or two to respond if someone commented or said something. I'll take a few minutes and go interact with them, right, and say thank you or ask them a question or answer their question, whatever that looks like. So that's the third step on social media. The next thing I do is I choose something to post so that there's some new content that day. Now, I have a lot of automated content. I do a lot of blogging and then my podcast. All of those are so easy to share. It's another great reason to do a podcast and put it somewhere where people can hit the share button. So we want something to go on our timeline every single day. And sometimes we get there and we're like, I don't know what to say. I don't know. I just don't have anything today. And when those moments occur, I just scroll through my news feed and find something that's interesting, and I hit the share button. And now I just put fresh content on my wall, on my news feed, right? It just happens to be someone else's content. I don't care about that. All I want is to provide my readers, listeners, and audience a more great information. I don't have to be the creator of the information. So, yeah.
Or it can be a Facebook memory, you guys, something that you find interesting. I know that Facebook has memories of 3 to 4 years ago, and that may be a piece of interesting content that your audience may see again.
Yep, I agree. Real easy. Don't overthink this, guys. Really, just don't overthink this. I think that people make this way harder than they need to. What I do after posting content for the day is I then go to my Facebook page, and I go through the same steps. I look and see if I have any messages. I look and see how people interacted. I make sure some form of content is posting, and then if I've got a Facebook group, which I have a Facebook group called Decisive Entrepreneurs, and I go there and I look and see who's posted. I look and see who's requested to access the group, and that's it. And I can literally do all of that in, I don't know, on one platform it may take me 8, 9, 10 minutes. And then I just go to LinkedIn and do it there, and I go to Twitter and do it there, and I just jump over to the platforms that I'm using, and I'm done with everything that needs to be done in 30 minutes. So after that, if I want to play on Facebook, I play on Facebook. So that's my option.
How do you feel about Facebook videos, live videos?
Love Facebook Live.
You were going to say that.
Yeah.
You were going to say that. I am slowly rebuilding my Facebook Live videos again. I typically do it either on my business page or on my personal profile, and people love seeing me and seeing other people. I mean, I didn't know, I forgot the return on investment on Facebook Live. And so, so you love Facebook Live. And you have to come up with a topic for that one, you guys. You can't just ramble on. I'm actually doing a topic today, maybe this afternoon before I hit the road. But, And so the ROI on Facebook Lives is amazing. And so, Michael, where can people find you? And before I let you go, I want you to ask me a couple questions that you've been curious about asking me about anything. But before we do that, I want to have you say your website so people can find you. And of course, you guys will have this information in the show notes.
Yeah, okay, great. So you guys can find me at decisiveminds, MINDS.com. That's the website. Tons of great information for you there. You know, I've been blogging for 7 years, so I have 1,000 blog posts on my site already. So you can find all kinds of information there. There's videos. There's just tons of stuff. You can look me up on any social media platform. It's Michele with one L, Michele, Scism, S as in Sam, C as in Charlie, I, S as in Sam, M as in Mary. And just, connect. Let's connect. I love to be connected through social media with all kinds of people. So those two things would be absolutely perfect. So connect with me. Let me know you heard me on Wynn's show.
Yes, that would be wonderful, you guys, if you connect with Michele and, then you can let her know that you heard her on my podcast and share my podcast. Thank you very much. Because that only helps the podcast grow.
Yes, that's right. Let's share each other. That's how we all grow, right? I believe in reciprocity, so we should be helping each other. Awesome.
Yep.
So my question for you is, once you get this degree, what's the goal behind that? What do you want to do?
Once I get this degree, what do I want to do? I want to make $1,000 monthly off my books, and I want to be a freelance journalist and possibly work for a big fashion magazine, because I think they need more diversity in these fashion magazines, especially the teeny bopper ones. I mean, I'm so sick of hearing about the skinny toothpick models that it's not even funny. So I'm hoping to bring more diversity to the fashion journalism scene.
Very cool. I love it. That sounds awesome. I had no idea you wanted to be in the fashion industry.
Well,
so that's
my
so cool.
My emphasis is fashion journalism. So that's my if you guys haven't figured that out yet, now you will. So I really appreciate you guys tuning in and listening, and this podcast will be up today. I have a bunch of stuff going on, but I'll try and put this podcast up later this afternoon. And as I said, I will be on Facebook Live later this afternoon giving you guys updates. So share the Facebook Lives and let's make this world a better place with these independent creators like Michele and I, and we'll just make this world a better place because each story is unique. And I would like to thank our sponsor, Grace by Grit. Grace by Grit is a clothing line out of San Diego, California, and they're giving you 20% off when you type in the code Exo Butterflies at gracebygrit.com, and they will help you guys out with all your athletic needs. And as I said, all that information will be found in the show notes. Of course, Michele's information will be found in the show notes. And have a great day, you guys. And I will keep you guys updated on my fashion journalism degree, but it's going strong and it's going well, you guys. So that's the update on that. And I just want to thank you guys for tuning in and listening to another great podcast and spending time with me and Michele. And thanks, you guys.